Years removed from its original buggy release, Cyberpunk 2077 has made huge strides with patches and fixes, making it a game actually worth trying out now.
Johnny,
you ain't dying yet.
For those who dare to dip their toes into the world of Night City and the story of Mercenary V for the very first time, here's just a few small tips to help you get started. There was a time when healing in Cyberpunk 2077 could be pretty busted, letting players tank a whole bunch of damage only to retreat behind cover and pop one of their healing consumables and immediately get right back into the fight. Since the 2.0 update though, CD Projekt Red added a cooldown to healing, making combat a lot more challenging and forcing players to be smarter to avoid unnecessary damage and healing during opportune moments. Like many open-world games, Cyberpunk comes with a GTA-style wanted system that governs the police's response to V and their antics. The highest of which leads to Max Tech making an appearance and completely obliterating you. Another new addition to Cyberpunk in the 2.0 update is vehicular combat, a much requested feature since release, and it's kind of a shame that the main campaign doesn't have many direct opportunities for players to make use out of this gameplay system. However, in the open world, it can be a great tool to have in your toolbox for almost any encounter. Players familiar with CD Projekt Red's The Witcher 3 know exactly how much effort the studio puts into its side content, with the wealth of characters and unique scenarios present in the optional parts of the game being just as fleshed out as the main story. And Cyberpunk is no exception here. So our advice would be to take your time with the story and fill your time with more of these ridiculous side adventures. Who knows, it might even give you access to a better ending after all. At its core, Cyberpunk is an FPS, which would leave many to instinctively believe that headshots are the quickest and easiest way to take an enemy down. But in reality, the headshot damage multiplier in the game isn't nearly what you may expect, and instead, players should focus on upgrading their weapons and understanding their limitations while battling certain enemies, as there's actually a lot more that goes into how Cyberpunk calculates damage values. Eddes, or Eurodollars, are the in-game dollar bills that make the world go round and fund V in their quest through the game. As such, it's important to know that in the early game, the most lucrative way of earning cash fast is to pick up all weapons from dead bodies and sell them later at drop-off points. The driving mechanics in Cyberpunk are likely much different than most gamers are used to, and it's important to understand that this definitely isn't a racing game. Those who want the GTA experience will probably be disappointed with Projekt Red opting for a more realistic approach to driving, meaning V will have a hard time navigating the busy streets of Night City, and it's better to wait until the players get to the outskirts of town before really hitting that throttle. And that's it for this list. Thank you so much for watching, and go to GameRant.com for more like this.